Good morning. Thank you for spending time with me today. Today is a play day. And I'm getting back to my Commonplace Glue Books. As you can see, this started in 2017, so this book is 2017-2018. And as you can also see, this is a composition book. This one is 19, 20, 21, and 22. I did some experimentation in slow stitching for this one. And this one is now 2023. I want to give you an idea of where I got this idea from, of course on YouTube, but I, of course, made it my own. I wanted to do collage, freeform collage that would make Carol happy, happy being the operative word for these books. When I get the urge, it could be in the middle of another project, or it could be 3 days in a row, or it could be a few times a year, whenever. But I was to completely play with collage and whatever other media I might choose. So, this book is just some of my favorite things. This is definitely some of my favorite things, and thanks to the idea. Bloom into Collage. Thanks, Shelley Clammer. Life Book 2017. This is where the seed was planted. So I picked things that made me happy to do. I glued two pages together and plowed through. Experiments, using different media, trying different things, often 2-page spreads, simple, complicated, anything that tickled me on that particular day, and so forth. I'm going to blast through here to show you some of the things that I had and that I used. I loved him, and I decided to finally let him out of my stash, and this was a colorful time, and a black and white, with complemented with some gold, and all about art. And the only rule that I had was to do it when I wanted to feel happy, and to do it how I wanted to do it that day. I was in a blue mood. Oh yes, I stapled this down because I, at that point, wasn't sure how to use it. Yellows. I was on a yellow kick, and so forth, and so on. I'm going to turn the pages quickly. And a cut, and a flip. I was veering. I was going somewhere. And getting close to the holidays at the end of the year. And this is flocked paper. Oh my. Every time I see things like this, I just die inside a little bit, because when A.C. Moore closed, this kind of thing was lost to me, and so on. So that was the first glue book, and I have discarded other things, but I don't seem to be able to let my glue books go. Love this experimentation in slow stitch, showing that you can put it anywhere and glue it down to anything. And I just love that. So that was my place, and here's my favorite stamp with my toffee VersaFine and other things that just went together, that part of my collage collection. Just using the pieces how I wanted to. Goodness. This one with a pocket and a folded piece. I had no idea I did anything like that in my glue book, but I did. And these are some of the huge sweet peas that I had in one of my hardcover books. And, oh, yes. I guess this is is that the only thing that's in there? I think so. But this is from Thurber, my first cleanup book for painting. And you can see the background colors that were slashed down on here. And I was starting to learn to make things out of the blobs. Now, if this were today, these would be a little bit more done up, so to speak. And I decided I didn't want to do that one, so I skipped over to here. A piece of leftover Christmas, a piece of my antique Japanese Christmas beauty. And there wasn't always too much in here. I did a lot of folding together. There wasn't always too much in here because this is the year of the character building health experience. So, and this one has a big pocket on the back and my initial, and I covered the book with fabric, and this was gifted to me. And so I knew that I wanted to use it. I knew that I wanted to use it here, and I took a big chance. Just happy making. Just happy making. And so I decided that the only place this could possibly be would be the here on my Commonplace Glue Book in the back. And now we're up to today. Made this at towards the end of last year, and the date September 20th, year 2022, and collage, and you can see I've evolved in my fun times. This is some stitchery from my stitchery books, and these are my stash of finely used, and here is going to be another, and this is the back of the book, 2 pieces of collage, but I'm going to do something like this again because I found these, and stitching still has my heart. So here we're going to go today. And if you know me, you know what I'm digging for. There. These are the pieces of needlepoint in a book that I loved and could not manage to keep them all. So I kept a few, and I'm going to do the same thing, almost the same thing again. And then on this one, I'm going to add some bits of stitches that I had in various of my needlepoint books. And this is how that you would do this stitch. Remembering that I've said over and over again, the only thing that counts on needlepoint canvas is the threads, and the holes are just the place that you put the needle. So the needle would come up here in 1, down in 2, up in 3, down in 4, 5, 6, etc., until you came around to 15 and 16, and you had this. So this is for me in my Commonplace Glue Book, because I had an urge to do some stenciling, and because of the blue on these, I decided to go with blue as my background playtime. And so we'll have this one. And this one. And over the years, I have probably done stitches like this, maybe even gotten ideas from my collection of antique books, both hard and soft cover. And so now that you can see today's plan, as soon as I finish cutting these, I'll begin. I hope you are having a good day. Thank you for joining me. When I saw these, I had a real need to keep them, and I thought, well, the best way to keep them would be to do a glue book project. And as I said, the wonderful thing about this is just when I have a need, and literally, I get taken with a need. And to make myself happy, to relax, to do the thing that I love to do, which is collage and some mixed media. How much or how little? I have no idea what's going to happen. There we go. Mission accomplished. Everybody's ready to be glued. Because of this color, I chose my Distress Ink Chipped Sapphire. And I don't want it to be heavy, so I am going to use my brushes, and I'm going to use these. However and wherever, I have no idea. There we go. Literally, there we go. So, let's go with this one. this for cleanup. Put that away. My ink. And we're off. No rules, no regulations. Let me do a little outside the lines, because I was very good girl on coloring books. I stayed inside the lines, but not so much anymore. Okay. I enjoy using these brushes because it permits me to have these shadows of color. Because if we were using a acrylic, or even the sponges that I sometimes use with this, it would look quite different. And this one may be here. These are well used and happy making stencils. There. And this guy up here, I don't use this one very often. I don't know. It looks to me like it's 270s. And I never thought much at all of the styles of clothes and so forth of the 70s. I did like my clothes of the 60s, but the 70s, And yes, I did wear bell bottoms, and yes, I did wear suede boots that came halfway up the leg, and yes, I had a maxi coat, a trench maxi coat. Do I need any more? No, I don't think so. Nah. That will do. That will do for the moment. Cleaning the brush. The wonderful thing here is this is literally the way that you clean the brush until you don't see any more blue, or so little that it will not make any difference when you use it again for yellow. It won't make green. That I know. That I absolutely know from experience. And oh my, I cut my fingernails so the tips of my fingers are closer to the front, to my use. Alrighty. Out of here, out of the way. Where are you? Okay. Now my next step will be these. It's needle weaving. That was just so much fun. That was just long bits of thread, maybe in this case 2 or 3, and you just weave back and forth underneath, and it's separated completely. The only place that's connected is here and here. Okay. Ready. This is memory lane. If you're not a stitcher or interested in, then this is, please, either fast forward or find something that will be fascinating for you. That's the wonderfulness of YouTube videos. Okay, now I'm not happy here either. What can I put on this that will just keep it here so that we can place these little babies. This is too much like soldiers, so let's do this. Or should we have a second one here? And this one down here. I think, this is going quickly. Yes, it is, and I'm loving it now. Let's have our Elmers. And it's so nice when they're squared off like this because you can use the grid so nicely. Catching the sides, the outside edges, and the come on. There you go. And down it goes. Next, I think I got the idea from here. That's where I think it came from. Corners. Edges. Looks like it must have been a piece of painted fabric. This is needlepoint, doesn't always have to be needlepoint canvas. This is painted fabric, and it looks like a cottage to me. Let's see. Where are we going to put you now? Let's go there. There. Woo! Out. Okay. A little little hydration. Right here. Trying to find a, as you can tell, I'm trying to find a, ooh, that's a background stitch, but I like that one because of the color. Let's not put it on the wrong side, Carol. And this one. I have a few pieces of needlepoint left that I never did finish when I fell in love with mixed media, and that evolved. And oh my, journal making. Oh my. And then, of course, the big one, collage. And I remember way back in the 60s, Gloria Vanderbilt, yes, of the Vanderbilt fortune, did collage. And she wrote a book. And it just got me. That opened my eyes to something I wanted to do. I was saving it for the future. I had no idea it was going to be 40 years. But that was in the time that I started needlepointing. And then, that was in New York City. And then, when we left New York City in 1970 and moved to Florida, I did, well, I had that one on in a way I'm not happy with. So, let's do this down or up. Sky would be up. Sky would be up, or my sky is going to be up. I learned needlepoint, and that it didn't have to be all the things that covered furniture. Needlepoint was other things. And then, one point in my life, I just realized that it was time to do what was in my heart, and I put aside, and I just decided on a New Year's resolution that art was going to happen, and I could not devote the amount of time, because the kind of needlepoint that I was doing was all-encompassing. And I had to make a choice, a life choice. And I made it. And I have been happy ever since. Sometimes missing my old friend. And then along came slow stitching. So that was a fun thing. And now, I'm still seeing that Gloria Vanderbilt book about the collages that she made, and they were beautiful. But they were, as I look back, I realized that they were the pieces she used and the way she used them, you would have found in a temple in Rome or on the floor of a church, and yet it was still collage. And of course, collage need not be. Collage is what, oh goodness, let's have it this way. No, let's not be silly, Carol. This is just for pretty and to make you happy. We're not going to worry about that factor. And last but not least, there we go. And down here, where here? Over here. Well, I completely ignored that puppy. Find a spot, yes. Why not match up? That's fun. Okay. Now, and now, well, I'm happy with the bones. Oh, okay. I just had a brainstorm. I'm going to get out some doings. I'll be back. Well, here I am with Le Pen gray, because of the gray lines, and blue, and I really and truly have no idea what I'm going to do. I want these to say a little bit more, so let's just let's see how we do now. Going to be a little different. Going to be a little different with the fingertips, but that's okay. And here, and here. don't usually do well when I'm pulling the pen towards me. But okay, let's this is a little, these are a little too neat. These are better. These are a little too neat. Don't want it like that. So I'm going to do just a little more here. That's better. That makes me happier. As you can see, it just, it says something, something. And then there's a little bit of the possibility of a little bit of pen play here. And bright blue enough to make it pop. And I'm not going to do any examining here. I'm just going to put it on and relax with it. Well, you get the idea. I'm going to just do this in a few places. And okay. For 3. Alrighty. And what else? R E mem remembering. That's what white erasers can do. It can disappear anything. Remembering. I think that will be enough. I'm going to play a little bit, and then I'll get back to show you where I was. I'm sorry, where I am. Today's fun, today's play, simple, easy, but it's a pretty thing for me to see the stitches and the silk ribbon and so forth. Yes, I do hope you've enjoyed. I have. If you have, I would appreciate you giving me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I do answer them, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Bye now.